Racine Municipal Court.
I am Jasmine Renee Davis. What's your name?
My name is Holly.
Holly, what is your job and job description there at Racine, Wisconsin Municipal Court?
Well, I'm the clerk here.
Are you the official clerk or like a deputy clerk or?
I'm the clerk. Yeah, the head clerk.
Okay, so I'm calling for a few specific reasons. For one, there is a ticket. Well, it's not in any particular order, but I want to mention this immediately here with my name on it. And I tried to email you all initially when it first happened, but those emails were rejected. So I want to write down your actual email address and I want to forward that and show that I have been trying. I have called your office and received no call back, but you're talking on the phone now, so I'm happy to address these matters now. Can you please? What are you saying?
I'm happy to provide the email address to you.
Okay, can you tell it to me? Your email address is proper because before I was trying to address some tickets that end up being a warrant that I don't know what happened that they didn't go to state collections, but I was approached and incarcerated. But you all, I don't know if it was exactly you, but told me to contact Racine City Attorney about the tickets or whatever. But there was a lot of gross misconduct that was happening during those cases. And it was just like, you all had called the police on me when I was trying to ask, hey, what laws do you go through? Why do you have pews in your courtroom with crosses on them? What is happening here? Because I represent myself. I want to know what law so I can properly fight these things because I didn't do what I was accused of. But I was also told when your judge had put a non-guilty plea in without me even saying whether I was guilty or not, said that the city attorney, your city attorney would be there. Then there was a paralegal there. And she began to accuse me of doing something, but there was the same police officer that was there that was interrupting and running the whole courtroom as if he was the damn judge. He was even stopping others from their case, making them put in pleas that they didn't even do. Like they said not guilty, and he's like, "How about you just take a no contest or a guilty plea, and you don't have to come back to court?" It was some black girl or whoever had came to court the same day, and she said, "Oh, they said, oh, you're not supposed to be here today." And so she's like, "Okay." And then he's like, "But you know what? How about did you do it?" She said, "No, she's not guilty." And then he's like, "Oh, well, if you don't want to have to come back tomorrow, you could just put no contest and just pay the ticket." And I was watching how shady he was through like how inappropriate he was being through the whole situation too. And then like your office, your clerk's office called the police on me when I was trying to they said, "Oh, they're going to go get the clerk and then give me the laws and the rules." And all of a sudden the police came trying and kicked me out the building. I couldn't even take care of my matters. So when that sort of thing, it steers me away from even wanting to call you all, do business with you. And then I said, well, just gonna have to go to collection and not fight it in another way because the city attorney is not returning any of my emails. I keep getting all these tickets for stuff I did not do. And then now I have another ticket here. And it said I was trespassing at a job interview, but I was not trespassing. And they know that I was not trespassing, but they still gave me a trespassing. How was I supposed to get out of the door from the mall, Planet Fitness? My job interview was at Planet Fitness. The mall claimed that they trespassed me, but the mall and Planet Fitness are separate. I was told that I can go into Planet Fitness, but I could not go into the mall. They share a door. So what the hell are they expecting to see how magic I really am? Where I could just snap my fingers and go outside? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is ridiculous. And they were trying to hurry. I had to put on my clothes. They stopped my interview. I didn't even get the job. This is a serious, serious situation where I'm constantly getting these tickets that are inappropriate that are like attempted murder on my life. This is way more serious than that. So what is your email address, since I've given you some kind of information on it, so you can understand where I am, and then I can start asking you some other questions, please.
Okay, it is Muni, MUNICT.
CT?
Yes, CT, short for court.
Oh,
He is in Thomas.
okay.
At cityoFracine.org. O-R-G.
Okay. Have you changed that email address recently at all?
No, that has been our email address for as long as I can remember.
Okay. Now, there are some email addresses where I was emailing somebody from my email. Can you forward those emails? Can you just take note of this? Can you forward those emails to me? And I'm going to tell you my email address so that I can have record of this. Also, I would like the copy of the application for the warrant for my arrest for those two charges. And then I want the background information from this whole situation. And so I don't have the exact court case number, whatever, but I can tell you that one was for disorderly conduct from Racine Public Library, and then the other one was from loitering and prowling from United States Post Office in Racine, Wisconsin, and West Racine.
Okay.
And then I have a current where I didn't even accept the ticket because it was inappropriate and they should not have given it to me to begin with.
Okay. Actually, if you want all the background info on those two tickets you just mentioned, it would be best if you stopped at the Racine Police Department. They would be able to give you the ticket since they were the ones that actually wrote it out, and they could provide you the police report along with that.
But do you have that information? Can I get that information from you?
I could transfer you over to the police department. I mean, I can give you their address.
But that's not what I asked you. I said you're the clerk of the municipal court, so you should have access to all that information as well. From your point of view, I want your notes from your court, and you are the one who filed the warrant. Is that true?
Correct.
What date was the warrant filed on?
Just a moment. Let me look. So the citation in regards to the loitering and prowling, that warrant was issued February 19th of 2026. And the disorderly conduct ticket that you mentioned, that warrant was issued on the same day, February 19th, 2026.
You know, it's really interesting that I just got different information with the paperwork stating from Racine Police Department to say that those warrants were put out March 3rd, 2026.
Well, that was the day we sent it over to the police department. So I don't have the exact date of when we sent them over to the police department, and they're the ones that enter that information into their system to actually create that warrant.
So why didn't you tell me that? Why did you say February 19th, 2026?
Because that is the day that we created that warrant, and we sent them from the municipal court over to the police department.
It's not making sense to me, because why didn't you tell me that date though? Why did you only tell me February 19th? Why didn't you bring up March 3rd?
I don't have access to that police system to show that date when that was issued.
So why did you make a mention or a comment on it? You don't know if that's true information. I could just be saying that.
Well, Well, then you would have to contact the police department and they would be able to research that for you.
But you just told me you agree with the information that could be inconsistent.
Well, that is the date that I have listed.
What day do you have listed?
February 19th.
Okay, so how do you have two different warrant dates? Why would you have it on February 19th and then not send it to the police department until March 3rd, 2026?
I did not wait that long. We have to have the judge sign it that day or the next day, and then they are sent over to the police department. I don't know what their policy is and how long it takes them to get that entered.
So when was the warrant issued? What is the exact date that the warrant was issued after everything was signed?
Well, I'm showing in my system it was signed and sent over to the police department on the 19th.
When did you start this warrant?
Well, that is the day it was created in our system. It was signed and it left our department.
And usually how long does it take to reach the public?
I'm not sure. I'm not the one that enters it at the police department, so
But
I cannot comment to that.
Should it be the same day?
I don't know how that works, ma'am.
It's just inappropriate for it to be practically 2 weeks and they have a total different day that the warrant. How can the police department change the warrant date from your agency that submitted the warrant? And can you please refer to me as Jasmine Renee Davis? Not ma'am. I don't want to get things mixed up. I'm not ma'am.
Okay. I will refer to you as Jasmine Renee Davis.
Please, because this is a serious matter. And so you do have information. I need a copy of the application for the warrant. How come it did not go to city collections? To the state.
It did go to collections. It was returned to us that they were not able to collect. That is why it turned into a warrant.
What collections did it go to?
It went to the state debt collection.
I know it did. And I was told, state, this is some mess. They never send something back. They never even sent me a notification. This is some mess. When it goes to collection, it stays in collections.
Well, it went to collections. They were unable to find any information on you, Jasmine Renee Davis. So they went ahead and sent it back to us that they could not collect.
When was that date that you sent it, and what day did it get sent back, please?
Just a moment. I'll have to look that up.
I need all this information because someone is going to have to prove that what they're doing is unjustifiable. I have sold tickets in Racine, Kenosha rather, Mount Pleasant. Never once it goes to state debt collections, that's out of your hand. Never have it been returned back. This is a mess.
It was sent to collections on October 8th, 2025.
Which one was that?
That one was the loitering and prowling.
And then where's the other one? When was the other one sent? Please tell me. Because this is really an interesting situation now.
They were both sent on the same date.
But how were they both sent on the same day and they happened in 2 different years? So they should have different time markings. They should not have, how did you combine them? And the timing would be totally different. It was like one was from August 2024, and one was from January 2025. How did you put the same time span on both of those? I don't understand that.
They were both sent on the same report.
Can you please answer my question though? Those were not supposed to be connected.
I understand that, but they were close enough in dates that we sent them on the same date to collect.
That's what you chose to do, but where is it stating how is that appropriate at all? because those are supposed to be separate. And I know that. Those were not, they should, you are like profiling me and doing what you want to do with my name. You do not know me. I do not belong to you. You're not handling these matters appropriate like how they should be handled. And you all are doing anything that you want to do to me. And this is ridiculous. What is the phone number to the state debt collection? Because never that would they send something, and you all put a warrant out, and you have my email address. I was emailing you all. You told me to contact the city attorney. Why did you told me that if I'm being told that this stuff go to state collections, then I'm not looking to go deal with you about it anymore. Never is a warrant ever supposed to be put out for me anymore after that. You know that.
Okay, so the Department of Debt Collection, the number is 608-264-0344.
But you know that once something goes to collections, I should not have to be worried about going to jail for it anymore.
Well, they were able to collect, so they sent it back to us on January 7th, 2026.
And how did they send you a letter telling you that?
No, it's an electronic file.
How do I access that? I need a copy of that. Proof, please. All of this is public records. I need to start creating this file, and I want to pick it up soon this week. This is urgent. I just got out of jail for some stuff that I should not have went to jail for. I didn't even commit the crimes.
Could you please repeat that? You would like to file a public record request?
Listen, I told you I want access to this. I said it is public records. It's mine. So, but then if you try to say not, I'm telling you, yes, I can have it because it's also public record. But I know that I can get myself from you.
You can certainly submit a public record request. You would do that right through our city attorney's office.
No, I don't have to go through your city attorney. I can get it right from you. I can request this stuff from you. This is why you are a clerk. I don't have to go through your city attorney. I can get it right from you. You are the clerk of the courts and you have access to the info. I don't have to go through your attorney. And don't try to use my words to fight me. I can get all of that stuff from you. And I want you to know that you are being held accountable. And even if you've been doing this for a while and getting away with it, this stuff is being brought to the light. Because it is inappropriate what is happening. And it's looking too much of a conspiracy and a crime ring, especially when I was trying to handle my matters in your office and whoever it was, and I recorded live video, said that I was being mean to you all and fighting you, and I was talking to you so sincerely, and you all lied and said, and you refused to talk to me. I went another day. You had, when I went to court, you all wouldn't even open up. You had closed your blinds on me, and wouldn't even answer when I tried to knock on your window. And you know that. And I'm not going to keep having to call your city attorney for your job. If it got that far, you know something is inappropriate here, in which is going to be requested to file criminal charges about you and everybody else involved. And I shouldn't have to go there at this time. I can properly request my information to be handed to me exactly from you. I don't need your city attorney to do anything with this because you have the information as the clerk. What is your exact name?
Email me the request.
What is your exact name, please, for my record?
My name is Holly.
What else? Because I'm going to be filing a complaint.
I am the clerk of municipal court. I am not going to give you my last name.
You don't have to give it to me, but now you are being inappropriate with gross misconduct because you are a public employee. Your name is public. When you chose to work at that position, then your name is public record at that job. I didn't ask for nothing about your personal life. This is all professional. And you could have chosen when you got that job to work under a different name. And you know that. So now you're also hiding and fighting me. If you have nothing to be ashamed.
I'm not going to sit on the phone with you, Jasmine Renee Davis, and argue with you all day.
Argue with me about why? What do you mean argue? I can't argue, but
I'm not going to sit here and have you argue with me.
Argue with you about what? How are you being, now you're trying to gaslight me and try to make it seem like I'm doing something inappropriate to get out of your job, which is defrauding and abusing your office. I can talk, and then you're going to tell me to call.
Submit it to me through email.
How can I submit? I want to submit it properly and to address your name.
You can address it to Holly.
No, I'm not going to do. That's going to be inaccurate, and it is not going to be valid.
Well, that is how I'm requesting for you to enter that.
I don't accept that, and that's inappropriate. And you know that. And now you're going to try to make it seem like this is why I told you. And you all called the police on me before because you were being insignificant at your job. I don't understand why. And you have been, now I just wanted to call to your attention here. And you may believe that I don't have to be weak, and this is your job. You are supposed to take this call. I have not broken any law, and I have not abused you. So you have to, this is your job. And
okay, Jasmine, I'm requesting that you please submit the email and request the paperwork that you're requesting from me, and I will get that to you.
My problem is now you have only called me Jasmine. I have requested you to refer to me as my name, but you chose now not to do that. So now you're belittling me. Now they hung up the phone. No, bitch, you called the fuck up. And you know that, bitch. Is that your name? I didn't even get my whole call, everything that I needed to address to. One motherfucking issue. Now she not answering this phone. I got another motherfucking, these bitches act like they motherfucking cute and slick. And I got whole nother motherfucking case that I got to take care of. Bitch, answer the motherfucking phone. This is why I talk the way I talk, because this is the way the fuck they treat me.
City of Racine Municipal Court, located at 800 Center Street. Our business hours are...
I don't have to submit shit through motherfucking email right away, and that I don't want to, bitch. Your name is goddamn public record. The fuck? Then when I make my point, she want to hang up the goddamn phone. Bitch, you just committed a crime at your job choosing not to motherfucking work. Bitch, you can quit like you just did. No. Bitches sabotaging their own motherfucker because they got so much tenure. That motherfucker ain't gonna get rid of them because they believe these young bitches don't know how to fucking count. They don't know how to read. They sucking and fucking their way to the motherfucking top, being stupid, drugged up, doped up. Bitch, please, what the fuck you believe that you the fuck doing? Throwing the fucking city away, dumbass.
You've reached the City of Racine Municipal Court, located at 800 Center Street. Our business hours are 7:30 a.m. until 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. We are not able to take your call at this time. Please leave a message and we will return your phone call within one business day. Thank you.
Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
I am Jasmine Renee Davis. I am calling to the Municipal Court of the City of Racine, Wisconsin. I spoke to someone named Holly who refused to tell me her name so that I can properly address my legal paperwork to send to her. That is gross misconduct, that is abuse of office, and that's defrauding by intentionally being at work and choosing not to work but still collecting a check on a time clock in a public office. I'm planning to file a lawsuit just on that matter, just by itself. Not only that, I had to sit up here and deal with multiple dishonesties, discrepancies, inconsistencies from that same Holly who have chosen and refused and requested to not tell me. And she used the word requested as if she's that smart. And I told her I reject that. I said, my name is Jasmine Renee Davis. And she chose to call me just Jasmine. And when I said that, she hung up the phone on me and said that I was arguing with her. Not only that, I have another case that is open and active, and she is chosen to betray the office that she works at by hanging up the phone and now refusing to answer so I can address these other matters. She also tried to make me call to the city attorney for something at her job, and I had to inform her and demand that she do her job, and then she admitted that it was actually her job and I can get the information from her. They're steady piling all this stuff to their city attorney to try to figure out a way out of it so they don't do their job. And they made me go to jail where my tickets went to fucking collections, and they are being dishonest. This is a huge problem. I was not abusive. I was not disregarding her. I talked to her in my only tone of voice, and me having literacy and being able to hold a conversation should never be a threat to anyone that is upholding their natural job in a public office. She chose to get the appropriate job, then she does the appropriate work. If she didn't want to tell her name, she should apply to be spoken to and called another damn name. But that is her name. And for her to not want to tell me her name, I find it kind of suspicious, extremely leaning into more of this conspiracy and this organized crime. I had no reason to check and see if I had a warrant out for my arrest at any matter. I asked her to forward me the emails from previous conversations. She threw a tantrum and hung up the phone, and now she's stopping me from putting in the efforts that I have made sure this time that I can utilize so that I don't get arrested out here in these streets for this other ticket. I'm going to continue to call until somebody answers the phone. I can talk on this phone. My emails have been rejected. My calls have not been returned. Police have been called on me when I have tried to go in there and handle my business. Never again would you ever falsely arrest me, false imprison me, unlawful arrest me. This is a serious matter. Please answer this phone. I did not fight you. I didn't have any harm. You all were dishonest. And I'm telling you, I am fighting for my life. And that is not up to you to decide. This is not your job. And since you make it your fight, please show up. Do your job. Please just do your job. I'm trying, and I do not want to be the one to give you what you are looking for. I want to give your job the best of my ability by showing up and getting what I need. I speak life. Please return my call immediately. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis, 1-262-505-7137. I do not have to email you about anything that I can discuss over this phone. I'm telling you right now, I have enough information that you could be criminally charged. This is just some information. You all did some real messed up stuff to me. I had to go to jail. And I'm so glad that I made it through. I was starving in there. I don't eat animal products, menstruating, no food. That is not your problem, but you did something inappropriate. And you knew to notify me. And you chose to participate.
You are approaching the maximum length for a recording. Finish your recording after the tone.
And you chose to participate in organized crime. And that is your problem, not mine. So all I am asking you to do is
You have
to
reached
please.
the maximum length for a recording. To send this message, press pound or hang up. To play it, 3. To re-record it, 4. To add to it, 5. To discard it, 6. Your message has been sent. If you would like to try an extension, you may do so now. Goodbye.
And when I called, they chose not to answer my calls or return it, probably for this very reason previously, way before that. Because I called in February and I asked Mount Pleasant. Racine was like, they see something, but they can't tell me about it. I called Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant said they don't have anything. It was the day before I had to go to court in Kenosha where that Lyft driver dropped me off at that damn gas station. See, they fuck around too much. See, they been trying to get me messed up out here.
Racine County Dispatch.
I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. How can I identify who you are through my notes? Sure.
I'm sorry, say that again?
How do I identify who you are for my notes? Like I want to write down like your ID number for your job, please.
Why?
Because I want to and I can.
What do you need it for, though? I don't understand.
I already explained for my notes.
Notes for what?
For my notes. What is your identification number? You have to identify yourself.
9232 is my operator number, but I don't understand why you need it.
Because I want to. May I speak to your supervisor to file a complaint about you?
Sure, bye.
These bitches sit here and they want to be bad bitches. All of they dumb ass want to be bad bitches. But they gonna get their
I'll
time.
have to have them give you a call because they're not in the room right now. What's your name and number?
No, I called for it to make a report. You chose to be unprofessional to me and waste my time. And I do not appreciate that. This I called to, what's the name of your business?
Racine County Dispatch Center.
But what is the other name of your business, please?
Racine County Dispatch Center. That's the name of the company here. Racine County Dispatch Center.
Actually, if you did not know, you're the communications center.
Okay.
Is that not
So
your
you
correct
said you
name?
called for a report?
Yes, I did, but you chose to be disruptive.
Okay, so where?
So I'm gonna handle my call the way I choose to handle my call.
Okay.
Do you understand that? And you're not going to
sure
abuse me.
I'm not abusing you, but
I can take. Are you taking no? What did you say?
Where did the incident occur if you're reporting a call?
Okay, I want you to verify that I am calling to Racine Communications. What is the name correctly so I can identify my call, please?
You can either use Racine County Communication Center or Racine County Dispatch.
But the legal
It's
name,
the same thing.
The legal name is
So how can I help you? Because we have other calls coming in here.
Okay,
so
well, I'm sure somebody else can answer those calls, but I have already addressed the issue, and I've already told your supervisors whenever I call, I'm going to get identification of who I'm talking to, and you have to identify your name, and I'm also going to identify the date, and I have every legal obligation to myself or whatever to. If you choose to disregard that, you can be criminally charged.
So where did this incident occur that you wanted to report that you said you initially called for?
My next question is, can you verify the time and the date of this call, please? What time and the date, and do you see my phone number listed on your call so I can verify it, please?
When you give me the information, because you said that you called to file a report, after I'm done, then I can give you the records number and all that information will be on there.
Actually, that's this is my report. This is my report. This is how I want to identify my call, and I can. Do you understand that? And by you stopping me, you are impeding. No. Do you understand?
I'm not going to argue with you. So
oh, you're not exactly.
Do you want to file?
Because I can't argue. It's nothing wrong with.
Yes or no?
Yes, I absolutely am going to file this report.
Where did the incident occur so I can start putting my call in?
What you have is a complex that you are bossing me. You're not my authority. I'm going to call and handle this call, and I'm going to professionally. You don't have to. I'm going to continue to call until you are professional or somebody else get on the phone.
So what is your number, Jasmine, and I'll have my supervisor call you.
I'm not Jasmine. My name is Jasmine Renee Davis. Don't do what I asked you to do. That's it. You have a choice to do your job or not. And you're choosing not to do your job, upsetting me for no reason. And now you're committing a crime. I asked you just please. You wouldn't even you answered the motherfucking phone, bitch, and didn't even want to tell me your motherfucking name.
I don't know why you're yelling at me.
Because you are committing a crime playing on the fucking phone like this is a goddamn joke, and it's not. Stop playing on the fucking phone. I'm so serious. This is too fucking much. Your abuse is a fucking hazard, and you are a danger and a threat to society, bitch.
I
don't care because I try. So do you understand how serious this is? Bitch, any tone that I have, this is a serious fucking call, and you playing on the phone. I'm doing my best. And you playing on the fucking phone, bitch. I asked you. I promise you, bitch. I promise you. I promise you. Please. I talk how the fuck I want to. You are the one that is not doing your fucking job. And it is insulting. I'm doing the best I fucking can. I call you all and you disrespect me. You act like that's your motherfucking phone and you constantly do wrong to me and fucking abuse me. I called you, couldn't even tell me your motherfucking name. You constantly had me exactly, bitch. I'm not playing with these hoes. I promise you. I've had it with this shit. They not about to take my motherfucking life like they own every motherfucking thing, bitch. Simple. Hi, my name is Jasmine Renee Davis. What is your identification number, please? So for my notes.
1 second, ma'am.
This is how they answer the motherfucking 911 calls or non-emergency.
I'm sorry, what, ma'am?
Why did you, 1 second for what?
Because I'm on the radio as well, so I have to juggle both the phone call and the radio transmission.
Okay,
so how can I help you?
Please tell me. Okay, can you please identify yourself so that I can make my report?
10366.
What is it?
10366.
I'm trying to hear you. There's some kind of, I'm not hearing your full language here.
10366.
Okay. Now, can you see that the number that I called from, is that showing up on your caller ID?
Last 47137.
Okay, I appreciate that information. The reason why I asked that, so that I can be able to identify the calls, and for future references, if I ever have to call in, then I would know that my number did show up so that it would not get lost in the cycle. Do you understand how that works? For me to be able to identify. What did you say?
I said yes. So how can I help you?
Okay, can you also verify the exact time? Because one thing that is pertinent information for me to have a proper timestamp, but also it's important because I would not have access to the call unless I can tell you all the exact time and date of the call. So can you please verify the date and the time that you all have, just so I can put it on my records and my notes, because I have something very serious that I have to report. And it is a very emotional thing, and this is very important to me. So I just want to get through this as proper and appropriate as possible so that I can really make a real report here, please.
It's March 24th at 12:22.
Can you please tell me the year? You did not tell me the year?
It's 2026.
Okay, so my name is Jasmine Renee Davis. I have 12:23 p.m. It just turned 12:23 p.m. I'm calling from 1262 505-7137. D120-4368-671201 is Wisconsin identification number. I am calling in reference to a complaint. This is a fresh complaint, but I have just learned about some crimes that the clerk of the municipal court in the state of Wisconsin are committing. I was just jailed, falsely imprisoned for some things that have not been consistent with the laws and the things that were stated to me. Okay. I also have another ticket from a trespassing ticket. That clerk is refusing to allow me to take care of my matter so that I don't get another warrant. She has been dishonest on the phone. I have reported the phone calls, and literally this is about a matter of me being able to not have to be arrested. And I just got out of jail for 5.
So,
I'm talking to you, please.
which department issued the ticket?
So the ticket came from the city of Racine. But I want to talk to you, and so you all do not get to tell me how much of my report I can make to you. And this is very serious information, and you stop me from make my report. This may not mean anything to you, and this is why what did you say?
I said, ma'am.
No, my name is Jasmine Renee Davis.
Jasmine Renee Davis. I have no problem listening to you give me what the information that you feel is very important for the situation that you're currently experiencing. However, there may come a time where I either have to put you on hold or interrupt due to other things happening in here as well.
But that was not just what happened. You stopped me from talking. Because
to ask a question to verify which department issued a citation.
However, if you would have allowed me to continue instead of you're taking up a lot of time from my time as if my time is not important, I would have identified everything that would have come across and I would have answered all the questions. But you chose to now create an issue of something, a false narrative of something that has not occurred yet. And so now I'm taking up 3 minutes of time to explain to you about something that never happened instead of talking about 3 minutes of something that is happening, that if I walk outside right now, I could be arrested and false imprisoned and have to starve because I do not eat animal products and things in jail. So I ask you to hear what I'm saying, because this is what is going to have to be thorough and needed for the report. I would like a phone call because I know that I can receive a phone call to make my report. And right now it is best that I talk on the phone. To a police officer, but preferably a sheriff, deputy, or both if I possibly can, because now this is beginning to be a serious matter of organized crime and conspiracy, and I do not appreciate it. And
so I have to ask a couple of questions. I'm going to have to interrupt to ask a couple of questions. The crime that you're talking about, where is it happening at?
I cannot tell you exactly where it's happening at. I did explain the issue, and I was trying to explain more, but you have chosen to hurry through the call and disregard what I have to say to give you full details.
Well, here's the thing. It's not that I'm trying to rush you through the call, but there's certain things that I need in order to be able to process a call and put a call in. And then there's certain information that's better reserved to wait until an officer makes contact with you so you can explain the full situation. So it's not that I'm trying to rush you off the phone. There's just a limited amount of information that I need to be able to process something. And then all of the details that you have, all of the information that you have can be passed on to the officer. That's what they're for. It's going to be for their report. What we do in here is just grab the basic information to create a call so somebody can contact you. We don't do the reports, they do the reports. So it's better to give them the extended version of the information that you have for the situation that you're reporting so they can add it to their report that they write.
What are the questions that you have to ask me, please?
So the first question that I have was the incident location, and you're not exactly sure where. And I need to ask that so I know.
It's the city of Racine. I did answer that. I said it's out of the city of Racine.
Okay. Do you know where specifically in the city of Racine?
The clerk of municipal court is the one who initiated the issue, who is refusing to talk to me about handling. She won't answer the phone. She was dishonest over the phone. I answered that question already in my statement.
Is it the courthouse?
She is at the municipal courthouse. She's also refusing to tell me her name. She just said that she is requesting that she only be called Holly. She was dishonest and said that I was arguing with her, and I was not. And that's why I'm trying, because this is a personal cry for myself, and this is a serious matter, and I'm doing my best. But I should not have to go through all this stuff for crimes that I did not even do, and I'm receiving tickets and constantly. What is your second question, please?
What kind of citation was it? Was it a parking ticket? Was it a parking ticket or a speeding ticket, or what kind of citation was it?
This current ticket right now, it was a trespassing ticket that I received. For some reason, the city of Racine showed up to a job interview that I was having at Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is a separate place from the city of Racine. Pritchard Park Mall called and said that I was hiding in their mall. They were dishonest. It stemmed from GNC trying to make me use somebody, Carol Hernandez's name, for some rewards, trying to give me another name, and then trying to force me to sign up for their rewards on December 24th, 2025. There was a big issue. But this just recently happened.
Was this at Durand Avenue?
Yes, at the hall group for Pritchard Park Mall. I was given a trespassing ticket, which they said, and I have the recording, I was told exactly from the police officers that I was not trespassing. However, I was still given a trespassing ticket. So I want you to understand how vital this is. I just got out of jail for 6 days for something that I already did not do, and that was never supposed to be a ticket, and I was told that I did not ever have to worry about it, and then it came back on some insufficient thing. Jail is not fun, and the reason why I have to raise, you all want to judge me and have prejudice, I can, my words are my lyrics. I have right to use any words that I can identify where you all cannot control my language. But what you can do is control your job and understand you take 911 calls, and you guys do not get to discount me because you recognize my name, or because I may sound black or a little heavier or stronger voice or some accent or some kind of ethnic background. So yes, this happened. It's a trespassing ticket that was never supposed to happen. And I never received anything notifying me that I was trespassed from the Pritchard Park Mall. This was all something that was made up because the guy tried to.
I have some additional questions, okay?
Did you get that proper? Go ahead.
So when the officers made contact with you at Planet Fitness to advise you that, you were called in as trespassing, did they tell you at that point that you were trespassed from the property?
No, this is what they did. They interrupted my second job interview, and they said that they did not want to wait. So they decided to literally interrupt my job interview. And they didn't even know that it was me. They had no name. They asked me, and they did not even have a name. So that's why I knew that they were being dishonest to begin with. Then I was identified as, yes, that's me or whatever. I said, okay, but I never was trespassed from, they asked me. And then they told me, okay, well, they're saying now that you have been trespassed from Pritchard Park Mall, never giving me any letters or anything. So from that day forward, they said that I could not go into the Pritchard Park Mall, formerly known as Regency Mall. But they said that I can go to Planet Fitness for a job, to work there and to work out. I just can't go to any of the other stores that is located inside of the Regency Mall, through the Regency Mall doors. Through Pritchard Park Mall, which the woman called it Regency Mall. She called it Regency Mall, and I had to tell her that it is Pritchard Park Mall. So,
okay, so just to clarify, just to make sure that I'm understanding what you're saying,
please.
You were given permission to go to Planet Fitness, but you were not allowed to enter any other business at that mall, correct?
Yes, absolutely. And that's all that I did do. I was in the hallway, and she's trying to tell me, hurry up and get I said, if I can be at Planet Fitness, why are you telling me? So how else what other door am I supposed to use? I can stand in the hallway. She chose to give me a ticket inappropriately and violated her job and weaponized that privilege that she has to uphold her duty and write me. I want you to really understand why I'm so upset about this. Because I was there for my second job. I did not get that job. And I have a case out of Racine and Kenosha saying that in order for me to get my child, I have to get a job. So I feel that you all, and I find that perhaps, just maybe, you all are sabotaging that me and the Chips case that was from a Chapter 51 that was already inappropriate that Kenosha gave to Racine, Wisconsin. Now, I don't know if it's to do with that 923 Wilson Street, but it's some other discrepancies that is coming along with this situation. And it's beginning to build up really. So, but I want a job because I want to work. But this is a problem. So I don't know what you mean, but I'm telling you, if it makes sense to you, please hear me. I promise you, this is very important information. They told me that I can go to Planet Fitness, but I cannot go anywhere else. All I was outside of Planet Fitness, literally just putting my clothes on. It was them really cold days that were just here in January. I was just putting my clothes on. That's it. They stopped my interview. I couldn't even hardly answer my questions. I recorded the whole thing live. And I didn't even accept the ticket. And she abused me. She had like some, I don't even know, but she approached me in the summertime, and then she is harassing me. Looked like she has some pink or some, she looks really petite and wears her hair in a blonde ponytail. And it was some black officer that had like braids or some kind of some style in his hair. But he was not the one.
Just to confirm, these were City of Racine officers, correct?
They said that they're City of Racine officers. And I have seen them identify themselves as Racine. When they have either approached me, or I've seen them when some advertisement has come through my computer through social media.
Okay, so you're calling because of the ticket that you received, and you're not able to pay it, and then the issue you had. Was it with the officers when they issued you the citation and the trespass?
That is one of the issues, because it never should happen. But now I don't know the court date. I have been trying to call. The municipal court has not been cooperating, but now she's refusing to. I told her when I first called that I have to handle some other matters, but she's choosing not to talk to me. She even told me to call the city attorney. That is her job. So she's doing gross misconduct.
Ma'am, let me interrupt you real quick so we can take care of this issue. Okay? So this issue, you were contacting the municipal court, correct?
Racine, Wisconsin.
Yes, so Racine, Wisconsin Municipal Court, the one that's located on Wisconsin Avenue, correct?
No, that's inaccurate information. That is on Center Street. The municipal court is...
Go ahead.
I said not 730. Wisconsin Avenue. I said the municipal court, so that would be like a city annex building. The municipal court is right. Municipal.
That's why I'm trying to clarify. So you were going to the courthouse, not the City of Racine Police Department, correct?
Center Street has a municipal court there.
They do. It's also the police department. That's why I'm trying to clarify which one it is, because we also have the big courthouse on Wisconsin Avenue.
But that is, the police department is across the street from the municipal building.
Yes, it is. That's why, again, I'm trying to clarify which one you went to.
The municipal building.
Yes. So whenever you spoke to the female that did not help you, did you request to speak to her supervisor at all?
She is the clerk of courts. And she did not, she claimed that I was arguing with her. And arguing is just talking. Arguing is not fighting. But she kind of like tried to betray me and try to like get out of the call, because I've discovered that she was being dishonest more than one time about these previous warrants that were supposed to have went to collections, and they had told me that I did not have to, that I didn't have to pay them. I was not going to get a warrant for them, but they did end up being dishonest and gave me a warrant anyway.
Okay.
They're never supposed to get, once that stuff goes to state collections, they can never give me a warrant for that anymore. But all of a sudden, out of nowhere, when I filed a complaint the same day, I sent their notice about them racketeering through Kenosha County, through also the Racine Unified School District, and all the things that they have been doing illegally. That same day is when I randomly got arrested, and they told me that I was not arrested, had no under information. And then she was dishonest about the day that the warrant had even went out. I said, no, that's not the date that the police department told me that the warrant went out. And then she changed it and said, oh yeah, that's a different day. And then she lied and said, well, she don't know. I said, so why are you agreeing to something that you don't know to be true? And you changed it as if you did know. So she was being dishonest. Somebody put these fake warrants out and tried to really do some harm to me.
Okay, so for these warrants, did you ever go to CCAP? Because that would tell you the dates that everything was issued.
Nope,
and
it's
what it
not on
was for.
CCAP. These are not on CCAP. These are citations. These are not criminal charges, but I did have to go to jail. I was arrested on on March 19th, 2026.
Gotcha. Any type of warrant has to go through the court system, so it's also going to show the municipal ones as well.
Nope.
Not just the criminal ones, but the
It was-
municipal ones as well. It'll show that on CCAP.
It was never listed because I was looking on to CCAP for some other court cases. It was never listed. And you know what else?
Did you
I have
change
called, but
the
the thing about it is, I called to you all and asked about warrants, and you all told me that you refused to tell me if I had any warrants. I called to raise.
So policy states that we are not allowed to release that type of information anywhere over the phone.
Okay,
We
but that's
provide
fine.
people with the
So
website. Yeah, we provide the people the website so they have the ability to be able to do it online at home, because we can't give out the type of information when we're only speaking to somebody over the phone. We're not able to verify that the person that they're inquiring about is actually who we're talking to.
but
So
the
that is
thing,
policy, which is why we would never be able to tell you if you had a warrant and what it was for.
it was never listed on CCAP. No, these cases have not been listed on the court access, Wisconsin court access.
Did you change, whenever you checked it on CCAP, did you change the jurisdiction? On the bottom left-hand
No.
side, there's a way that you could change. If it's like through Kenosha or Racine County, you can change that to see if there's any open cases for a specific county.
It's not there. I looked through, just look for the whole state of Wisconsin. It was never listed
I would
there.
next time, if you wanted to try to check again, I would change the county to see if it would list a specific one. So if let's say you're inquiring about a potential warrant that may have been issued through Kenosha County, change it to Kenosha County. Get rid of the middle initial if you have a middle initial for your name, and type in your last name, your first name, your date of birth, and it'll show you if you have any cases open and or closed, and if warrants have been issued for any of those court cases.
Those are for criminal cases or small. They're not for tickets. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
These were just tickets. So then,
But if they issue a warrant for a ticket that remains unpaid, that's all done, and it'll all be logged in
no,
CCAP.
because it was inappropriate, and I have learned that they did it something was not appropriate about this. She said it was February 19th. I said, wow, that's interesting, because Racine Police Department said that it was March 3rd, 2026. And then she tried to change it up. And I'm trying to tell her, I want you to give me the application for the warrant that you put out there. So she changed. I said, why would you say that? And you don't know. She said, well, I don't know what they did. How can they sit there? And how could Racine Police Department, who also told me that they are refusing to tell, they said that when I had called Racine Police Department weeks ago, they told me I did not have a warrant. I called Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant said I didn't have a warrant. So they were keeping it from me.
Okay. Have you requested to speak to a shift commander based off of the information that you were
I tried
given,
to call and speak to the actual chief of police, because I've had enough of all of this mess, and they're refusing to allow me to. I don't want to talk to his assistant or I want to talk to him. And for the simple matter is because he is responsible. This is his job. That is his whole department. That is on him. He is, if anybody was to get sued, it would be the chief of police, not the deputies or the sergeants, rather. Just the same as the sheriff. The sheriff will get sued, not the sheriff deputy, because that is their job.
I have to put you on hold, okay? Hold on 1 second. I have to put you on hold.
You can put the call on hold. This is too serious. Please, I'm not messing around. I have too much stuff out here, and they just coming and just grabbing me off the street and stuff like this. I don't appreciate that. I'm not playing.
Okay, thank you for holding. So as far as speaking to the chief, there's certain ways that you have to go about it. You have to see if you can set up an appointment with his administrative assistant in order to make an appointment to be able to speak with him. So there's no way that you can just directly be sent to him via phone call or anything like that. An appointment has to be made in order to be able to talk to him.
Well, I understand.
So if you feel like the sergeants and lieutenants aren't assisting you with the situation that you're trying to make them aware of, then I would attempt to call the administrative assistant again to see if you can set up an appointment based off of the fact that you aren't getting the assistance that you need from the police department. You can also explain to them that you also tried going up the chain of command and they still aren't assisting you
Now, to answer
the way that you feel like you are needed.
This is a problem. This is just accurate. This is just actions here. Whether it's feelings or not involved. I answered your question. But the thing about it is, how do they get away with making all these false tickets? They're saying that I'm doing stuff that I'm not doing. Saying that I'm prowling. Saying that I was prowling. Saying I'm prowling and loitering. Like that's like I'm trying to steal the post office. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to.
Have you attempted to go to the records department to gain
the records department is
reports?
not that helpful at all. Like I'm trying to talk to them. I do not like calling y'all so much because I have to argue, and these people have snatched me off of the street. This is a serious matter. I promise you, this is nothing no more to play with. This is not because you all were telling me, hey, you shouldn't be talking like, you do not tell me how to feel. This is practically an emergency. It's so far beyond an emergency. You see what I'm saying?
Well, with the records department, anytime you have any type of police interaction, you're able to go to whatever jurisdiction's records department to request a copy of any report that is done.
But
and in there would potentially either be a report and or a summary indicating why they took the action that they did. And if you have the physical copies or you have the paperwork showing that they said A, B, and C, and that wasn't the situation, then you could have the evidence that you need to be able to take to either a shift commander and or the chief if you're able to set up an appointment with him to be able to rectify the situation.
Oh, I'm
or
sure.
Make some type
I'm
of
sure
amends
that.
for the situation.
But that's not going to take away from the reason that I called about the municipal court abusing public phones by deciding that they're not going to answer the phone so that I can handle this immediately and talk to someone and identify for my records and handle my matter through the phone. I can call through a phone call. They cannot force me to send an email to talk about anything. They have to answer the calls, and she is refusing to answer the call. She is refusing to properly identify herself. And so when I make I said, if I email you, I have to have your name so that I can send it to the program. I'm not going to just send it to a Holly. That could be anybody. See, I don't have to be unprofessional, but I want to further my call because that's what I choose. I set aside time for a phone call. And so because she is choosing to do gross misconduct and commit defraud and be at work and choosing not to do her job, I am also further going to file this report. And then also because of the organized crime and the conspiracy that this item have went to debt collections. Once these tickets have went to debt collections, they should never have come back to attack me. And they know that. I have other tickets and items in debt collections that have never come. And she said it, that she don't know why they sent it back or how. I start asking her questions.
Okay, so I don't mean to interrupt. We're getting a little bit busier in here.
Oh, yes, it is.
So you said that you want to speak to a deputy about this, correct?
Yes, and a police officer so that they both agencies can be identified because I had to go to jail. That was not a normal. That is not something. That was not a field trip. That was a life or death situation.
Where would you like to be seen at?
That's why I have told you, if you could recall, that I said I would prefer to talk to them over the phone. And this is a serious matter.
But I also need a starting point location in order to be able to put a call in.
I do not have a physical address, and I'm traveling, and I'm not going to be at one location right now. I do not have I told you to use the municipal court. I don't know the exact address. I can tell you I don't have the exact address to the municipal court. I'm not playing around. They keep acting like they don't motherfucking hear me. That I'm supposed to be dumb. That
Okay,
it's
thank you
not
for
my.
holding.
So what I'm telling you is, you are, it's like you all are not hearing me. But you can put 800 Center Street, Unit 115, Racine, Wisconsin 53403, please. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. Can you identify yourself, please? What is your number so I can?
It's the same one that you've been talking to.
And what can you please identify your number? You have came and went off the phone.
10366.
Okay, I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. And so
Yep, I remember that.
800.
I've been the same person you've been talking to since I picked up the phone 29 minutes ago.
Okay, I appreciate that because this call has been going on, about 29 minutes and 35 seconds. Okay, and so
Anytime I put you on hold thus far, it's been me picking it up every time.
Right, but I understand that those calls may reset or anything, but I want to know who I'm talking to because it is not unusual for you to have passed the phone along to someone else and did not tell me also. But either way, I just choose this is my phone etiquette, and I would appreciate if you guys can just adhere to my independence and my uniqueness, please. That's all. So the address is if you can just comprehend that this is how I do things, and I'm not in your field and you are not in mine. So 800 Center Street, please, Racine, Wisconsin.
Yep.
5340, and that's Unit 115. Yes.
Okay, and is Renee your middle name? Or Jasmine Renee?
I use my full name, Jasmine, Jasmine, Renee, Renee, Davis, Davis.
Just for the form, I just need to know how to split it up.
There's no, I'm not going to allow you to split it up. I don't want you to split it up. That's the problem.
Do you have a date of birth, ma'am, that you can give me?
June, I can tell you that I need to keep all my stuff, but it's June 12, 1986.
1986, okay. And this is going to be the best number where an officer can contact you, correct? The 505-7137?
1262-505-7137, please.
Okay, and this number can receive phone calls from a blocked or private number?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
My number
So
can. This
you
phone
want to
number.
discuss the issues that you're having with staff referencing municipal tickets that should never have been issued, per your experience, correct?
No, that is not the primary reason for my call. I had answered your question.
But that's one of them.
The primary reason is because they are refusing to talk to me about current tickets that I'm talking about to address the court and be able to schedule a proper court time. And then they're refusing to talk to me about getting my information that I am requesting. And she's also refusing to tell me her name. And she also has been dishonest about the warrants that were for my arrest. I was improperly false imprisoned and unlawful arrested. It was never supposed to be that. That stuff was supposed to have went to state debt collections, and it did. And I learned that because from continue to talk to her. And the more I talk, the more information I get. And that's when she hung up the phone because she refused to speak to me at her job. So she might as well resign from her job because she decided to quit her job today. She won't answer the phone. And then I have to constantly talk loud because it's like no one is hearing me. You all hang up the phone whenever you want to on me. I'm not a ghost. I'm not going to be a silent observer in my life.
No, I understand that. So here's what I'm